Okay, so Jalen, you're our last interview of the day, and before we get rolling officially, I asked ChatGPT icebreaker questions for NBA players, and I haven't been able to ask anyone this question yet, so I'm punting on the options, and I'm just going to ask you, would you rather pick or roll?
I think I would rather pick, to be honest. Gives me a good chance to get a good hit.
I thought Jalen might say that.
Everybody else would say roll, not Jalen Suggs. Huh?
That's right. I don't know why. That one, it gave me a bunch of different options. That one tickled me.
That's funny.
We're talking to Jalen Suggs here on Game On. Bianchi and Kravitz, we got you covered all afternoon long. Jalen, off of what looked to be a breakout year last year but was cut short due to injury, only 35 games played. Could you feel that breakout coming, and how frustrating was it that got cut off?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like especially feeling the progression of everything. Having P go out Game 5, but even before that, the feel, the confidence that I was building. Had a good couple games. I'm shooting it well. That was all great. P5 goes out. Kind of reestablished myself, a bit more responsibility, a bit more kind of falls on my shoulders. Me and Franz kind of going off of each other and flowing off the rest of the guys who are stepping up with us. And then Franz goes out. And now you kind of step into another new space, right when I was getting comfortable with that and kind of playing off of him and the role that I was in. I'm kind of thrust into an even bigger role. Always spearheading the defense just naturally who I am, but offensively taking on much more load, much more responsibility. The number one guy every night on the scouting report. You're getting the best defender every night. So much more attention and detail in terms of the pick and roll coverages that you see, the pick and roll mix-up that you see. Everything kind of was just a ton heavier, and I got a bit of perspective into, what it's like to not only be the guy, but what Franz has come from, what Paulo has come from, and what they deal with on a night-in and night-out basis. So it kind of gave me a really dope perspective. But it was on the way, man. I feel like I was in the midst of it, literally feeling great, feeling confident, really just flowing with the guys, and really just doing what needed to be done and figuring out ways to win. It wasn't always my biggest scoring nights. I wasn't, always the one who was helping to secure and lock in these wins, but I was a part of it, and I was helped conduct it, along with Mose. And that really did a lot for my confidence, just because I feel like stripping the ego was so heavy and took so much effort, intentional effort, that like slowly kind of rebuilding it up in a healthy way, because you kind of have to be to be a dog and be a guy in this league. You got to have the utmost confidence in yourself and what you're going in and night out to do out on the court. And so I think that definitely gave me that. It definitely boosted my confidence. So to go out, was frustrating, especially early days. It was frustrating, but I got to work on my voice. I got to work on my presence, and I think coming into this year, that carries, much different than it did in the past. I got to see, us play the Boston Celtics. I didn't experience it in real time, but I'm in every huddle. I'm in every pregame talk. I'm in every walkthrough. And during the games, I'm active, on my feet, talking, in conversation with coaches, sitting up there and kind of hearing their perspective. So I kind of got to see it from a different lens. So for as much as it sucked, and I really would have loved to keep rolling because I really feel like I had a ton of great things left in me last year, I think it all has been intentional. Prepare my body, prepare my mind for we're trying to play basketball for 8 months this summer. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to start our summer until June. We want to have a short cutoff one.
It's a long season if you take it deep.
Literally.
So you feel like that the gained perspective of not playing was a positive for you? Because I know players have said that, but you're such a player's player. Like you feed off of the crowd feeds off of you. The team feeds off of you. Are you still able to feel like you become a better player by not playing, or is that just lip service?
No, absolutely. I think, speaking specifically about me, I think it is great for everybody, just to get some of that perspective, because anything of the same can get meticulous and a little rigid. But for me specifically, to be able to take my emotion out of the game, which is part of what being a player's player is, to really take that out of the game, place myself on the bench, look at things from a much more clear-headed standpoint. I'm looking at coverages and reads, from the bench in real time as they happen, not with the rock in my hand trying to process the game, trying to run back and get a stop to where like little bits and details of the game can kind of be missed just because you kind of lose yourself in it. You have to lose yourself in it. So I think it definitely helped me, just broaden my perspective. I think I got so much so much knowledge gained from sitting next to 1T. Mo's talked to me a ton more during the playoffs, especially like detailed about what are we doing, what are our coverages, what are we looking for offensively and defensively. So being able to have that mix and change up of perspective, especially coming off the space that I was just in and feeling super confident about my game, feeling super confident about being able to lead a team, both from the defensive end, the offensive end, and score in terms of playmaking and scoring, kind of taking a step back, realizing what I had just done in that sample size, and then now prepare myself for literally we go get Bane, we go get Tyus, we go bring these new guys, we get new jerseys, a new logo. Everything is aligning towards greatness this year, and the summer has been able to slow me down so I can carefully, meticulously build myself to get ready for that. So,
question you've been asked 945 times: how is the leg, and are you going to be ready at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, leg feels great. Feels strong. This is probably the strongest, most flexible, most mobile that it's been, I think, to date. This has always kind of been my staple leg, my plant leg. So be able to like give it time to really work on these muscles. You know, you're talking hamstrings, you're talking IT, you're talking adductor really intentionally. You're talking really low quad. We're talking about patellar tendon and really get that used to load again. Calf, feet has been very intentional part of what we're doing, and ankle. So everything has really gotten the time to be great. I want everything to be great. Knees, ankles, hips, back, shoulders, head, neck. I want every part of my body to be aligned and fully connected, which this is giving me the time to do. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to game one. I wanted to be ready for camp. Just a competitor in me, that's what I was shooting for, and had to kind of let that go. Not that I won't be in practices, that I won't be present and still doing everything, you know, that the squad is doing. You know, just kind of picking our spots very intentionally so that we can be ready for game one. That's part of having a long runway and great people in the building is they're not rushing back, you know, for games 1, 2, 3. You know, we're talking about, you know, May and June basketball. So, yeah, really excited for everybody to see the work that I put into it. Been a long summer, maybe going a little slower, you know, than others want. It's a little slower than I want, but in due time, it'll all come together.
Also, we know what Paolo and Franz mean, but people, when they talk about you, they say, hey, Jalen's the heart and soul of the team. What does that mean to you to be described like that?
Yeah, it's honestly a privilege for people to speak of me in that light, especially because all I've tried to do is just give myself to this team, to this franchise, to this city, to everyone who's come in our locker room. I want to give all of myself to assist in us achieving greatness. And so for people to look at me and describe me in that light is amazing, because I'm just trying to be myself. I'm trying to be exactly who God created me to be. Emulate his love, emulate his passion, emulate his faith in the things that I'm doing and the way that I approach life. And the fact that people are gravitating towards that truly means a lot. This place is my home. These are my people. These are my colors. And the fact that I can embrace them fully and be recognized for it in such a wholesome way. You know, not this is our basketball player, this is our scorer, you know, this is our go-to guy, you know, this is our heart. You know, that is on a human, deeper, eternal level, and I love them for that.
Wow, that's deep. Yeah,
they made it deep. They called me the heart and soul. I had no choice but to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 4 himself, getting set for a true breakout season this year. Thanks so much for joining us, Jalen.
Good to see you, brother.
Thank you.
Boom.